Filling in for Grim Jim, I'm Sam from the Warm Potato YouTube channel. The Danish, they recently released a study called, quote, Association of Hormonal Contraception with Suicide Attempts and Suicides. By following nearly 500,000 women from ages 15 and up, they were able to discover the very simple fact that the use of hormonal contraception is positively associated with suicide. Hormonal contraception is things like the pill, which influence your bodily chemistry in order to stop you from getting pregnant. Some things to note. 1. The study is only done with Danish women. 2. The study never said that birth control causes suicide, just that they are associated. And 3. The spike in suicide was highest among teenagers. This is all especially quirky because in New York City, schools can and do give their students in high school birth control without parental permission or even informing the parent. Great job, New York, with your enormous suicide rate. You're working hard to make it even higher. The study also noted that beginning a sexual relationship could also be a factor leading to that increase in suicide. But in the end, however, it concluded sexual activity does not seem to be an important confounder for the relationship between use of hormonal contraception and suicide attempt or suicide. A confounder is something that messes up the data or the conclusion of an experiment. So at first the researchers thought a lot of teen sex could be leading to suicide, but in the end they decided no, it was just the birth control associated with suicide. Well, okay, but what else does that study say? It says the risk of suicide increases by 9% if you're on hormonal birth control for 1 year, and up to 38% if you're on it for 10 years or more. 1 year on the pill and you are 10% more likely to kill yourself. Totally worth it. This increase in suicide, of course, is stacked on top of how the New England Journal of Medicine found using hormonal contraception increases your risk of breast cancer by almost 40%. Links in the description. And yes, even if you decrease the dosage of your hormonal birth control, you still have a higher chance of getting breast cancer, between 40% and 20%. Not to mention that all those estrogen pills lead to mood swings and correlate with an increase in depression. And if you only take away one thing from this, bottom line, teenagers that use hormonal birth control experienced an 80% increase in depression. Depending on the type of birth control you use and the amount of birth control you use, that number could go up above 80% or not. All of this wrapped up with a bow by the thought that genetic testing is getting better over time, and one day, hopefully, we'll be able to tell by a simple blood test if you are predisposed to depression, if you have a higher likelihood of getting depression, and in that case, your doctor will prescribe your contraception accordingly. But until that day comes, we just have to wait for that possibility and hope that New York doesn't drive all of its 15-year-olds to suicide. And now, before you go, I highly suggest you check the description for a link to my YouTube channel, Warm Potato. All one word, Warm Potato. I post mostly politics at the moment, but I'm branching out into different video topics. So come on over, check the link in the description, subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Bye. Hey, what are you standing around for? Check the link in the description and subscribe to my channel.